Welcome everybody to the first episode of the Peener Cast, the official podcast of the Small Peener channel. Because it's the only one we're doing, and I mean, I made the art and everything, so it's. But nevertheless, I am Alex. I'm joined by Inu.
Hello, I am Inazuna, but you may call me Inu.
Okay, I did do that. Um, and we're here. We're bringing you a little discussion thing because it was yesterday, right?
Yeah, it was yesterday.
Yesterday we had the second trailer for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. So
Well, hold on. Yesterday, as of recording this, not as of uploading, because I don't think this is going up tonight.
it won't. It absolutely will not. It would probably go out in like 2 weeks if unless I remember to actually fucking upload it. Because I got a backlog of videos that are still not uploaded. But yeah. So yeah, yesterday as of this recording, not as of this upload, Pokemon Sword and Shield had their second trailer released. So we're gonna watch it we've seen it individually. I've seen it a couple of times because I always rewatch the trailers because I'm hype as fuck about Pokemon.
I've watched about 3 times.
So we're gonna watch it together. Maybe Enu spotted some things that I haven't. Maybe I spotted some things that Enu hasn't. I'm gonna tell you right now, I haven't spotted anything. I've just been total hype while watching every time I've watched it. But we're gonna go through
God.
it. We might pause at certain moments, point things out.
Hold on.
If something has been sorry, I'm just gonna finish this thing real quick. If something was pointed out in like another video on another channel, and you guys are watching this, want to share it in the comments, share it. If we see something and we act like we haven't seen it before, it's because we haven't. So don't like insult us in the comments, whatever. But yeah, so we're gonna watch the video. We're gonna watch the trailer together. Together, me and him, together with you guys. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about stuff that we want to see or stuff that we think is gonna happen or whatever. It's just gonna be a discussion video. In podcast form, and it's the very first Peenercast. And yes, I know how it sounds, and I love how it sounds. What were you gonna say, Inu?
I was gonna say that I just gotta bring it up on my end myself, because in the screenshot we're doing, for some reason, it's just a tiny square that I can't see at all.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How about now?
Now I can see it perfectly fine.
I minimized the OBS so I can move it. I didn't realize that it would stop showing. All right. So without further ado, let me do this clicky here. Ooh, look at that. Now we're watching it on TV.
That's right, Alex. We're doing a podcast. I got to do my best sports announcer voice. So now this is a fine day for the Pokemon community. We got ourselves this new trailer that's going to be very fun to watch. I don't watch sports things. I don't know how they talk.
No, you got it pretty good. All right. Without further ado. Wait.
All right. First off, I just want to say that backpack looks like a PS1 backpack. What is Nintendo thinking with these graphics?
My audio was not on the right channel. That came out of my TV, not my headset. All right. Here we go. PS1 backpack, PS1 laces on the shorts.
Look at that tie. He looks like a total dork.
First things first. Yes.
Yeah, the Pokemon Centers.
Pokemon Center,
don't know how
Mart,
I feel about these just yet.
Pokemon Center, Mart. It looks like also the customizing, there's like clothes stores there because you see there's a sandal right there. I honestly love the way that they look, just because it makes sense. It makes sense that they would set up these little shops if it's a complete open world instead of having to go to a city to shop or buy stuff.
Yeah, no, like it makes sense, and they look fine. It's just as a concept, I just I'm just used to the traditional Pokemon centers, and it just feels yeah, it feels weird having them set up like this. Of course, there's with this being open world, it makes sense. This will keep there from having to be so many load screens and all that. We won't have to walk in and out of the buildings constantly, but
It's
it's
a
just
get.
something that's gonna have to we're gonna have to get used to it. And if Generation 10 comes along and we see this kind of Pokemon again, you know, I'll have grown used to it by playing these games. I'm sure that I'll really enjoy it. But as of right now, it's just kind of a mixed bag.
It's got parking.
Yeah, a lot of people have been saying they look like gas stations,
I was
and
about to say that they do look like gas stations.
yeah, at least like the pumps where you fuel up.
Yeah. Also, bad tree, bad tree, bad tree, bad
Uh,
tree, bad
is that
tree.
supposed to be the sky, or is that just a color palette they threw up there?
Okay.
All right, the different schools. So this was a big theory going around. It was going to be the orange school versus the grape school, and it was pretty obvious this was going to happen. I really love these school logos. I definitely feel more for the grape one than I do the orange, or
That's
maybe it's
cause
a tangerine.
that's just because you like. That's because your favorite color is purple. Um, I honestly feel like they're good.
Yeah, okay. There is one thing I didn't notice on my first watch through that I'm a little disappointed about right now.
What's that?
The orange school. Why does it have a purple Pokeball on top? Why is it not an orange Pokeball?
Because they're not purple. It's red. It's just there's blue glass in front of it that makes it look purple.
All right, I'll give you that. Oh, it's kind of like a ball capsule.
Yeah.
Or
My
does that
thing
mean wait?
though,
Does that mean ball capsules are coming back? Is this a hidden message from Game Freak?
right? And this is something that you thought you told me in our DM chat about how like it looks like past versus present or something like that. Look at the background of these images, right? So in Scarlet, the professor and the legendary look more like references to the past, or and
Oh,
in
okay. I
Violet they look like they're from the future. But if you look at the background of the of
the
the
futuristic building in the treehouse.
yeah,
Yeah,
they
I did not even notice that until you started bringing this up.
I literally just noticed it now.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying that, like until you said something, I didn't even notice that, and I like that. Like the one that has more of the past has the futuristic building, and the one that's more futuristic has the past building.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I
And this isn't the first time that we've seen this type of nature versus technology, past versus progress type thing. Because I can't remember if it was Black and White One or Black and White Two, but White Forest and Black City.
Black 2 and White 2.
Yeah, we've seen this kind of thing before, where different games are in a they
Look, look at
correspond
that,
more to one
man.
of the time periods.
Look at that scenery.
Yeah,
The beautiful Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet logos just in midair. Can't wait to take a picture, a screenshot beside those logos.
yeah.
Um, no,
I
but
will
this
say,
game does look amazing.
yeah, with this trailer, I'm getting a little ahead of ourselves because we haven't gotten to the new Pokemon shown, but I'm surprised that we didn't see the early route bird or the early bug Pokemon. I figured those would have been the first ones they would have wanted to show off.
So I want you to take a look at these logos, buddy. So as we just mentioned before a couple minutes ago, that it could be like a past versus future kind of thing. Look at the font on each logo. You have Pokemon Scarlet, which has more of a like a fancy like olden font, and then you have Violet, which is a more like modern tech font.
Yeah, it's like Scarlet isn't exactly calligraphy, but it has that kind of stylish proportions like calligraphy, while Violet is Times New Roman.
Yeah,
Well,
I
not
saw.
exactly Times New Roman, but you know what I
But
mean.
I did see a lot of people mentioning it like, oh, they did the Violet
Yeah,
dirty with that font, but like it makes sense if they're going for past versus present kind of feel. with
Yeah, and
Scarlet being the
also
past and Violet being the present.
another thing that I didn't really notice until now, like with Violet, I kind of noticed, but it's kind of the purple and then the white dots are kind of like a space feel. But then when you look at Scarlet, I never realized how much it looks kind of like fire or like a flowing magma.
I did see a bunch of triangles.
Yeah, I mean, with the screen share, like I can't really get a good look on the details for the logo, but with the color palette of it at least.
Yeah. Also, I will point out orange is not red. So
Yeah, I guess they didn't want to use a blood orange though. All
all
right, the
right.
professors.
So we
So
have prehistoric vampire lady and
yeah, Sada and
shady
Toro,
penguin.
and I noticed like I can't remember the exact words for it, but I noticed where someone pointed out where no, their names come from the Spanish words for past and future.
Yeah. So I know the future one is futuro. I probably butchered
Yeah,
the pronunciation, but I'm not going to try to pronounce it.
Futuro probably.
Futuro. See, because whenever I try to do that, I always like default to like really bad Italian accent. Oh, futuro, futuro. And I don't want to do that because it's not fucking Italian; it's Spanish. Um,
Yeah, and then oh yeah, the word for past, passata,
yeah, malasada. Yeah. Um,
which you know that's hold on, wait a second. Are these the first Pokemon professors not to be named after trees?
yes.
Uh, Game Freak, you're slipping up. There's traditions that need to be upheld.
There's only so many trees.
Yeah, but where's Professor Dogwood? We haven't seen him yet.
He's in the doghouse.
All right. So the starters as more than just images. I love the models for these guys. It gives them so much more personality, and they already had
Yeah.
so much personality.
Look, it's them in their natural habitat. Sprigatito in the middle of a bunch of flowers, loving it, looking
Yep.
adorable.
Quaxley over
Quaxley
here washing his hair.
in water, washing his hair, and Fuecoco staring at an apple and being happy. Right. So here's the thing that sticks out to me about this part, right? Oh, hold on, hold on. Discord's doing a little fuck up. Give me a sec here. Give me a sec here. Let me get Inu back. Figures the one time I record something, Discord's like, nope. Inu. Inu.
Yes.
Okay. My Discord decided it wanted to restart on its own in the
I was
middle of
wondering
a
what happened
video.
there.
Right. Here, I'm sharing my screen again to you.
All right.
Okay. So, did you hear what I said about Fuecoco looking at an apple and being happy?
No, you got cut out while we were still on Quaxley.
Okay, yeah. So Quaxley is washing himself, being a good boy in water, and Fuecoco is looking at an apple and being happy. They're all in their natural element.
Yep.
And now this woman. So the thing that strikes me about this is what she says here. Are you these three's trainer?
Yeah,
But
I've seen people point out that line and assume that you get all three starters, but I think that that's just something that's going to be said when you're hanging out with the starters, and she's going to ask that, and then it's going to be like, oh no, he hasn't picked his starter Pokemon yet,
maybe.
or maybe we will be given all three starters, which honestly I would not be
Because here's the thing.
like I wouldn't be opposed to that, but also it's just I don't know. I guess I'm just so used to old Pokemon games that it's like I don't want to be given all three unless I get them later in the game.
True. But also, on the Pokemon website, it says that all three of the Pokemon that were introduced in this video belong to her.
Yeah.
So maybe either we get all three or we get to use all three in a battle against her to see which one we want to pick.
Now that would be a cool way of doing it. Doing a battle where you get to use all three, and then they ask, "So which one did you like the most?" And
Wait, you got
uh,
Pami,
yeah, but speaking
and
of this
then
character,
this.
yeah,
Go on.
Nemona. So I'm
Yeah,
guessing that
pneumonia.
she is. Yeah, I'm guessing that she's going to act as a rival for the game.
Yeah, her her uniform changes color depending on what game you are in. So I think she might be at the same school as you or as the other.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
have
sure.
like so she's described as being your friend, and on the Pokemon website, it gives us the little hint that she's not good at throwing Pokeballs. So I have a feeling that she's not going to really catch a lot of new Pokemon throughout the game. So I have a feeling she's going to be kind of a side rival like Bianca in Black and White.
Maybe this part of the.
Oh, this part. This part right here. Like I nearly jumped out of my chair when we got to this part.
Oh, I jizzed in my pants and I was at work. I was very uncomfortable the rest of the day. Um, but I like how they make how they have the science the science is amazing or whatever guy saying this because he's been in every fucking Pokemon game since the beginning.
Yeah,
Um,
he's always there in your hometown.
or in the route next to it, as in
Like
Sun and
yeah,
Moon.
yeah, this guy has, he's followed us all throughout our adventure,
Yeah,
and
he's
now
got,
he's given us the best news he could have possibly ever given us.
and he has a giant stain of mustard on his shirt. Never mind, it was a pedal. But this, you know, trainer customization is back, and I'm loving it.
Oh yeah,
And
like the
I
outfits that we saw in the trailer are real good, and my only hope is that it follows the trend where we get to mix and match things. It's not like Diamond and Pearl where everything's stuck into one uniform.
well, just by looking at what I'm seeing here, it looks to be that way because um
Yeah, it looks like they added pants with the top of the basic outfit there.
well no, that's long sleeve.
Oh yeah, it is. Never mind.
I mean it could be. But it looks there's at least a different like hat style cuz look at the girl in the orange doesn't not wearing a hat and a dude in purple with shorts is wearing a bandana on his head.
Yeah.
And their bags are different. So I mean, I guess the shoes aren't completely ugly this time, which for some reason Game Freak loves making really ugly shoes as the default shoes. Um,
Yeah. All right. You know what? Since we're talking about the trainer customization and all that, I gotta admit, when it comes to the starting outfits for these characters, I'm not really a fan of the starting designs. Although I do find the Violet ones a little bit easier to look at. I think the reason I'm not a huge fan of the one for Scarlet is that it has the pinstripes on the shorts, and I don't know. I just don't think that it looks good.
well, if we're talking about past versus present, right? It makes sense that they would put pinstripes on the clothes for the past people because pinstripes on suits and stuff used to be really big in like like the gangster era, right? Like
Yeah.
everybody who had a suit back then had pinstripe, not everybody but like a lot of them had pinstripes on. So and more modern clothing doesn't have pinstripes, or most of it doesn't have pinstripes. They're still around. I'm not saying they're not, A lot of
Yeah.
people are gonna be like, I have a pinstripe suit. Good, congratulations.
Yeah, I mean, I used to
Um,
have pinstripe dress pants before I put on too much weight to be able to wear them anymore.
but I mean, in most modern clothes, especially like suits and stuff, don't have pinstripes anymore. Some still do, obviously, which is a complete like opposite of back in when wearing suits every day was a thing that people did. Where a lot of the suits back then had pinstripes, so it would make sense that the game that represents the past has pinstripes, while the game that represents the future doesn't. You know.
So one thing that I'm hoping that they don't do is lock certain clothes into one game and not the other, because I would love to be able to get some of the, caveman looking clothes with the, stones and the teeth like Professor Sada has while playing Violet, and be able to have futuristic clothes in Scarlet.
I like the way that they did it in Sun and Moon, where yes, it was locked to an individual game, but you could like, but they have to give more options. Like remember, I don't know if you remember how it was done, but there was a certain set of colors that were moon and a certain set of colors that were sun, and you could get
Yeah,
those
like
colors in the other game, but you had to interact with someone who was playing the other game. Like I remember blue was locked to moon, but I wanted my character to have blue glasses because I have blue glasses in real life. So I had
yeah,
asked you to buy the glasses, and then I went to interact with you in the festival plaza so we can get access to the blue glasses in Sun.
yeah, like I remember all that, and
If they do that again,
yeah,
I'm
I
fine
mean,
with colors being locked to specific games because it doesn't stop you from actually getting
yeah, I mean, I don't
it.
mind like colors. I'm just hoping they don't have clothing styles that are locked into the games. I mean, unless there's a way to get them all interacting with your friends.
They wouldn't do that if they did. If they locked it to specific game, to specific versions, it would be colors again. I don't think they would be. I don't think they would do that. They haven't done that ever. It was always colors. So I don't think that they would do that.
Yeah.
Um,
Although this
one
game
thing
is
that
breaking a lot of molds, though.
yeah, but I don't think that's one mold that needs to be broken, or they would want to break. But one thing I don't like about certain clothes items is like in X. What the hell are you doing?
I didn't realize I was getting picked up.
um, remember how in X and Y it was like on certain days certain things were available.
Oh yeah,
I hope they don't go back to that because that's fucking terrible. Like, I get it. It's to like I get it that they couldn't have just everything available at all times, and they were like variety on this day. You got this shirt available, whatever. I hope that doesn't come back. It hasn't been a thing for 2 generations now, so I don't think it
yeah.
will
I
be.
prefer it just being like every shop has just unique clothing, and there's just more clothes shops, and you don't have to worry about the whole what day of the week it is.
Yeah. Also, back on the subject of what we're looking at. Um, so there's one thing that I'm afraid of, right? And it says that it's up to 4 players, and I hope that it's not just like, oh, you guys are in the same server and you guys can all technically play together, but you guys are just playing your game and your friends are just in there and you can bump into them and interact with them. I'm hoping it's more of a thing where like I could actually like, let's say you and I are playing together, which we're 100% going to do because we're fucking friends.
Yeah,
Um where like if I run up to you, if you're like, "Oh, come meet me in the field or whatever, or the forest or whatever," and you're battling a Pokemon or a trainer, that I could like come and I can like come up to you and actually like see you in the battle and like see your Pokemon use moves and stuff, and it's not just like, "Oh, I'm
you just
battling,"
standing
but
there while I'm not moving.
yeah, you're just standing there.
Yeah, like I really hope that we get to observe the battles that our friends are doing
Because
because
yeah,
if we can,
because
what's the point if you can't?
yeah, it's like and plus the battles are seamless, right? So it's like you're still physically in the open world when the battle's going on, like it was in Legends Arceus, where there's no like screen cut and then oh you're in this fucking like the fucking bridge you're on just grew 50 times its size so you can accommodate a Pokemon battle like in Let's Go Nugget Bridge battles, and then oh you're back to the small ass bridge, which is it's cool that they have bridges that are like basically alive and it could be like oh there's a battle going on, let's stretch out. But if I walk up to you and you tell me you're in a battle and all you're doing is just standing there with your Pokemon by your side, and then all of a sudden the battle ends and I just see you moving around again, that'd be like, okay, well then what's so seamless? It's seamless for you, but it's not seamless for me, you know?
Yeah, also, in Legends Arceus, if you weren't careful, you could get hit by people's attacks and all that. It'd be cool if that was brought back in this, but I have a feeling that our trainers are going to be static behind the Pokemon again.
I don't think so. I think there won't be the ball throwing thing. Or I mean, there might be. We still have there's words that were at best vague at saying that it wouldn't be back, but people on the internet love just fucking understanding what they want to understand and just rolling with it. So people were like, "Oh, it's not gonna. It might still come back," you know.
Yeah,
Uh, but because
yeah.
here's
We'll
the
we'll have to wait for trailer 3 probably to figure that out.
because here's the thing, right? How could it be seamless, right? If I have to physically run into the Pokemon to encounter it. If a Pokemon pops up and I run into it and it's seamless, it's like what? Do I have do I see my character be like, oh Pokemon? It automatically like runs like a few feet away and then throws out its partner, or is it more like it's I don't know. I don't see how it could be seamless if you're not actually throwing the ball yourself at the Pokemon. You know, I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand where you're coming from, and again, it's like we'll just have to wait for the next trailer to see what kind of mysteries it shows us.
Because like trainer battles, I understand that you wouldn't need to throw out your Pokemon manually if you encounter a trainer and then it's a battle. You
Yeah,
know,
actually, now that actually now that I think about it, I think this trailer does show off the way that wild battles start.
maybe. We'll see. I just hope
Yeah,
that like you know, let's say you and I run into each other in the game. If I thought I could like actually just challenge you to a battle on the spot instead of having to go through like a separate menu. Like I hope that like obviously like these games are gonna be like the new VGC games and everything. So there is gonna be like ranked battles and stuff like that in it. But like I hope that like if I'm in a server with you, if I'm playing in the game with you alongside you, then we could just be like, oh, I got 4 badges, you got 4 badges. Let's have a battle, and
yeah.
then we just throw out our Pokemon at each other and fucking.
So the way I think that it'll work when you're playing with your friends, so you're connected with your friends. You put in your code or whatever to join up with them. I think it's going to work kind of like the old union room. So one person will uh pull up a menu with a button press, and then they'll select battle or trade, and then someone else will interact with them or bring up the same sort of
I hope
thing, and
that's
it'll lock you guys together.
I hope that's not how it is, because then that's the furthest thing from seamless that there is.
Yeah. Well,
if you want to go full seamless open world with multiplayer aspect, you go full. So you don't go half seamless. You go full. You go fucking full send into seamless. You know. At
Yeah.
least
Well,
at
I
least
mean,
make it so
well,
like
the thing with the
like make,
seamless though, like they're saying that that's for gameplay. We don't know if it's gonna be seamless multiplayer or not. And for playing with people online and all that, you're probably gonna have to go to a computer at the Pokemon Center and log on to some sort of connection there.
maybe not.
Yeah.
But no, but
One
like
of my
because like here's the thing, right? It's like if it's as simple as like going up to you and interacting with you and being like trade with Inazuna, and you get like a pop up being like, oh, Alex wants to trade with you, yes or no. That's one thing. That's like I'm finding you in the world and I'm asking you to trade or I'm asking you to battle. Like we're already in the same server together. So like it shouldn't be like, oh hey, I want to trade. Who wants to trade with me? And then it's like, well, what if you're running away from me and I want to trade with you? You know? Like what if we're
yeah
not in voice chat but we're playing together and then you're like, oh, who wants to battle? And I'm like, I want to battle, but you're running the opposite way of where I am. It's like
yeah
what? You know.
one of my biggest fears with the multiplayer. So we see the science is amazing guy early on in the games, and he brings it up. So I'm assuming it'll be available from the start, but I'm a little afraid that we won't be able to join with people until we get like one or two badges into the story.
There might be like a tutorial part where you won't be able to join up with friends.
Yeah,
But it could also be like one badge in because in BDSP, which I know is not the same thing, but it is one of the more recent games, and they just added like Wonder Trade and multi battles and stuff. And that you have to be one badge in to Wonder Trade in BDSP. So I wouldn't be surprised if they were like, well, you can play with your friends, but you gotta at least have one badge. But at
yeah.
the same time, they say that the story that the gameplay is completely up to you and you don't there's no specific story to follow. So I don't know if they're gonna be like, oh
Yeah.
well you
Well,
gotta have a badge.
uh, yeah. That's how. No, let me go to their website to see their exact wording on
Yeah,
that.
I'm on the website too.
Yeah.
Home.
The world of Pokemon has evolved. Let's see now. Yeah. Free to explore at your leisure and not in any order dictated by the story. So there is still a story. It's just that the way you go about it is up to you. You aren't locked into a specific trajectory. You can go to this gym instead of this one first, and like I'm hoping people are right about the fact that it'll change the trainers' teams and not just their levels. Because imagine you go to a gym for your first gym battle and you're fighting a level 12
Oh,
Tyranitar because you went to who was supposed to be the eighth gym first.
of course they're gonna have to like allow multiplayer game without support. Along with series staples such as trading and battling Pokemon, you'll be able to explore the various locations of the region in these games with other players. You can discover new Pokemon and explore unfamiliar areas with your friends and family, opening the door to an adventure more precious and fun than ever. So it looks like it's like seamless like multiplayer. Like you should like because you can it says you can explore with people. So I think it's basically like if you and I want to go through the entire game together, play the exact same fucking way, we get into a fucking like online session and we just we go to the
Yeah.
same gym, we
Oh,
go to this we could be it looks like we were able to do that.
yeah. And then, like, I wonder how far away you're allowed to walk from your friends because we in the trailer and even in these screenshots here we see the people walking in different directions. Like, could we get into a group together and then like it's like okay, I'm going to the east side of the region, well, I'm going to the west side of the region, and then we
So what
go through like one or two towns different, and then we meet back in the middle. It's like okay, well, I've just finished my two gyms. I finished my two gyms. Let's battle now.
so okay, so here's what I interpret from this picture, right? So it shows that these four trainers, right? These two right here. These four are the same. These four are the same. These four are going off on their own, and this woman's in a cave. This bud over here is in the ice. This guy's on the on a cliff overlooking the ocean. This woman's in the desert. It looks like you can go wherever the fuck you want. And there's no like tethering to oh, you need to stay by the person who opened the online session. It's just
Yeah, and
like,
I'm hoping that's how it works. Because that would just be terrible. It's like, oh yeah, you can only go so far from your friend before you get disconnected.
no, I don't think tethering is it's going to be an issue.
Which will be
uh
cool because we can play the game together, but still go on our own separate adventures.
yeah, honestly though, I'm just going to say this now, and who knows if we'll even fucking remember. But what we should do, right, is we should do like so there's a rumor going around that there's going to be 18 gyms in this game, one for each type.
Yeah, I've seen that rumor as well, and I would be completely down for 18 gyms. Now, here's the thing though: if they did put in gyms for all 18, the rumor I saw is that you have to get all 18 gym badges, but I feel like you would still only need to get 8 of them, but you could do all 18 if you wanted to.
Yeah, same. But so I'm gonna bring something up to you. I'm not basing it off of that, but we should
Right.
do like, and of course, like if like Ken and Hybrid or whatever want to like join in on it, fucking fine, right? But like obviously you and I, well, I don't know what your work schedule is gonna be like in that time, but like,
I don't know what my work schedule is going to be like at that time either.
but like usually you and I, like when a new Pokemon game comes out, like
We always play it
usually
together.
we play it together and we play it from start to fucking finish, like that
Yeah, like
weekend.
even if we like don't record it together, we play it together.
Yeah. The only time that we didn't do that was with
Was
Legends
Arceus.
with Legends Arceus, because I wanted to get through the story to be able to do everything in the game, and you wanted to take your time and catch Pokemon, so we weren't at the same rhythm going through the game, and it didn't stop. We didn't stop each other from like advancing at our own rate,
Yeah.
and so what I suggest that we do for this um
Oh wait,
is
I think I know exactly what you're thinking, and I'm thinking the same thing. If all 18 types have a gym, we take on completely different 8 gyms from each other.
that's not what I was gonna say, but that is a good idea. I was gonna say, like, we play in the same world, you and I, and we do our own story. Like if we want to do the same, like let's say like, oh, there's a fire gym, and you want to take on the fire gym and I want to take on the fire gym. It just so happens to be at the same time. Like, fuck it, we're free to do that or whatever. But like if you like
Yeah.
you like we should like meet up periodically, maybe like do certain things together. Like if there's a Pokemon that we both want to go get, and we know where it is, we could be like, hey, let's meet up and go catch that Pokemon. Or like, give each other ourselves like our own little side quests in the game where we meet up and do it. But like mostly we're on our own. But like let's say like every 2 badges or something, we meet up at like, that
Like
I
we're anime rifles.
yeah, we meet up and we have a battle like every 2 badges or something like that. And then
Yeah.
every once in a while we'll, there is side quests in the game from what I can tell, right? Because where does it say? Yeah, so it says you can experience a new style of adventure with a world you're free to explore at your leisure, not in any order dictated by the story. Of course, you will, of course, journey to hone your skills as a Pokemon trainer. Many more discoveries and stories await you. So it's like there's 100% gonna be side quests to do. Meet a variety of
Yeah.
people, Pokemon. So like if we want to do like side quests together, whatever, like sure do that. Like the main story, whatever, we should do that on our own, and then meet up every like 2 gyms. I say 2 because like meeting up every one gym is gonna take for fucking ever for us to get through the game.
Yeah.
But like
And
every few gyms we meet up at the spot, and like we have a battle or something. And if you want to like, let's say because Gengar's in the game, let's say you want to evolve your Haunter, you'd be like, yo, where are you at? Oh, I'm in Shooby Dooby Town. All right, stay there. I'm heading over to Shooby Dooby Town. I want to evolve my Haunter. Okay,
And
cool.
you know, let's just say that again. There's a
Shooby Dooby
badge for
Town
all
is an
8.
actual town in the game. I know. My dad works at Nintendo.
Yeah, but let's say that there are 18 gyms in the game, and it is set to where you only need 8 badges. If we had a group of 3, we could have 2 people get, their this person gets these 8 badges, this person gets these 8 badges, then this person gets these 6 badges, and then 1 badge from person A and 1 badge from person B, and then we all have our 8 badges, and all gyms have been defeated.
I mean, if there is 18 gyms in the game, I'm gonna want to battle all 18 gyms.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if we can, I mean that's a bummer, but like,
Yeah, nah, like if there's 18 gyms, I'm sure you're gonna be able to battle them all, but well, I mean,
they
it
might do
says
the
it's
thing
not
like,
dictated by story, but I feel like it could be like once you beat 8, the other gyms won't challenge you until like you challenge them until you face the elite 4.
yeah, it's probably gonna be something like that where there's 18 gyms, but you have to pick 8 of them, and then the rest will become available like after you beat this main story, and it's like, which if that's the case, like, you know, tough shit. You know,
Yeah,
what
and
we gonna do about it? But I'm still gonna
so
battle them all.
since progress isn't halted by story mode, like I would love for there to be 2 evil teams in this game. One that's more futuristic, one that's more primitive. But because story isn't supposed to lock things up, I feel like there's actually not going to be an evil team this time around, just so that those of, I mean, they could make it like Skyrim or something like that, where you can take on the main quest whenever you want. But I don't know. I just feel like an evil team just would not fit into this generation.
I feel like an evil team would fit in the generation, but not a conventional one. Because like the story could still have because there's going to be a story. The story could still deal with the evil team, but like instead of like areas being blocked off by the evil team or whatever, like it usually is or whatever, it could be more like the evil team in Legends Arceus, where the grunts are just scattered everywhere around the world, and if you run into one, you got to battle one, you know. But like, it doesn't actually like impact like the story aspect of it. It's just like, oh, you see, like, oh, this town is being invaded by the evil team. You know, you beat like, you know, make battle your way through all of them and beat the leader to like free the town or some shit like that. You know.
Yeah.
And it's completely independent from the story. It's or like, you know, I don't know. But let's move on because we've been talking about this for a while and we're only a
I mean,
minute through the trailer.
to be fair, the multiplayer is like the biggest thing from this trailer. It's a good thing we spent a while talking about it.
Oh yeah. But yeah, look, it looks like
Yeah. Okay. So Flaffy's coming back. That's great. So we
Olive.
got. Yeah, we got. Okay, Paul's. Okay, go back a bit. Yeah. Yeah. Just play a little bit longer, and pause again. So I don't know if that's just like a transition screen or not, but it looks like the wild Pokemon are going to still be in the background, which means we might actually be able to see people battle in the multiplayer. But also in the background, but to the right of that second Smoliv, what is that blue thing? Is that a Pokemon? That needs to be shown in the next trailer.
What?
Yeah,
That?
those. Yeah, that.
I think it's just a thing.
It might just be a thing. But I don't know. It looks. It's got such a weird shape to it. I don't think it's just a rock or something. It might be another Pokemon.
Okay, so from what I can, because look, right? So this looks like this looks like the complete sequence, right? Encountering
It gets startled,
and
and then the
then
battle
boom,
starts.
throw a Pokeball. But you don't like that. She doesn't throw out her Pokemon. He does.
Yeah. Also, the okay, pause. All right.
Can you fucking pause? God fucking damn it! I'm clicking on the fucking video like 5 times.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. Use the arrow key to jump back real quick. All right. Yeah. Okay. It started up a little bit. Yeah. And pause. I love the UI for the battles in this. It looks like the traditional one, but it's just different enough, and it looks clean.
In, based
Oh,
on
I just noticed that your freaking Pokeballs with your team. It's the not vertical line in the left corner. I didn't notice that my first time through.
so based on how the camera is, I don't think we're just gonna be static because
Yeah.
obviously the camera is moving. But if the camera just spun around in a circle the entire battle, it would not be. I
Yeah.
think you can at least move the camera around. And if you can move the camera around, but you can't move the person, then what the fuck's the point of moving the camera
I mean,
around?
the question is are they moving the camera, or is it more like Sword and Shield's Rotom camera?
I mean, Sword and Shield didn't have the Rotom camera for wild encounters. It was only for
That's true.
the gym battle.
That is true.
So I think it's just them being like, "Hey, you can move the camera around when you battle Lechonk," and it look at the top left corner and the bottom right corner. It has those little like marks that you would see in like a camcorder.
Yeah. Also, I love how the enemy's HP is over top of the Pokemon and not in the corner.
That also makes me think that is that's how it was in Legends Arceus.
That's true. Yeah, so maybe we do get to free roam around in the battles, which will make gym battles interesting. Because will we see the gym leaders moving around?
No, I think the gym battles are going to be a different thing. I think it's going to be like, well, it's an official league battle, so you
Yeah,
stay in
that
one spot and gym leader stays in one spot, and you can move
yeah,
the
it'll
camera
prob
around, but
yeah, I could see it working that way. But yeah, the battle interface looks great. I love it.
yeah. Someone pointed
Look,
out on Twitter that there's no XP bar.
uh,
So basically, what that essentially means is it'll be like post battle EXP like it is in Legends Arceus. So if you're battling a 6-on-6 team and your first mon wipes out 5 but dies to the 6th, it doesn't get any XP.
yeah,
Which I
yeah.
feel
Again,
is
like
stupid because it's like, well, obviously it should get XP because it wiped out 5 mons, but
yeah, like a lot of people are sitting here thinking that Legends Arceus was the demo for how they wanted this game to work, and if they take a lot from the Arceus
I
battle system, I will not complain. Arceus had a very fun battle system, but yeah, the lack of the EXP bar, I really hope that I'm hoping that it's just that experience isn't shown. It's not all collected at the end of the battle because, like you said, it would suck for something to almost win you the battle, get knocked out, and they get nothing for it.
I don't agree with what they're saying. Um,
All right, hold on. Okay, wild thought. What if so you do your battles and you just collect exp from the battles, and then you get to distribute the exp how you want across your team?
no, because then I'd forget to distribute it.
Fair, but
I,
that would be
I,
such
I
a
would I would spam through A and it would just go all to one Pokemon.
fair. But I mean, if they did that, that would be something that would be such a drastic change, and I feel like everyone would complain about it, which makes me kind of want that to be a thing.
I'm kind of tired of complaining.
Oh,
Also,
I'm tired of the complaining too, but I'd just love to see the way that people would the way they would complain.
I want to point something out. It's
Yep.
something that see. So like, here's what I'm saying. Like, this is obviously like a gym, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm with the way the red is, I feel like that's the fire gym.
maybe, but there's also fucking flowers around it and some flora in a pot.
Yeah, so
Probably
wait,
the grass gym.
what if there's dual type gyms? What if that's a fire grass gym?
I don't know, but like, well, this is obviously fire.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people compare those flags to racing flags, and people are really getting on the whole the legendaries are motorcycle bandwagon.
So you don't really see it in these pictures. But like the character, like on the character's glove in the middle of the front of the wrist, there's a little like emblem thing, and people are fucking going nuts thinking that it's a fucking keystone for Mega Evolution, and that Mega Evolution's back. And Joe pointed out that it means nothing, and it's most likely just part of the glove's design, which is 100% what it is. Um,
I mean, it's possible that it's a part of the new gimmick. I don't think it's a mega stone, but it could be part of the
it's
new
it's
gimmick.
it's it's on both gloves. So I don't think it's part of. I think it's just part of the glove. But yeah, let's. Also, a lot of people pointing out the Tauros on this guy's shirt, saying Tauros is gonna get a regional variant in these games or something, which is complete bullshit because it's because Bolton was on a shirt in Sword and Shield that we saw before it got revealed. Doesn't mean that Tauros is gonna get any kind of special treatment because he's on the shirt. He's been around
No,
for 20 something years now.
and with the region being based off of Spain and all that, the running of the bulls is a huge tradition there. So I feel like there's going to be some significant to bull Pokemon in the game, but not necessarily this hinting at it getting a legend, like an evolution or anything. Though there are a lot of rumors that there will be some type of evolution for Tauros or Miltank or Buffalant.
I heard the rumor that there's going to be a pre-evolution for all that connects all three of them,
Yeah,
which
I've yeah. So there's nothing backing this up. Cannot say it's true or not, but I've heard a lot of theories about Tauros getting a Minotaur evolution. And if that comes to be true, I'm not going to complain because Tauros is one of my favorite Generation 1 Pokemon. It's probably my favorite normal type Pokemon of all normal type Pokemon.
see. So okay, so Buffalon has a 50-50 male to female ratio.
Tauros is only male and Miltank is only female.
Yeah, so it could happen, right, where they have a combined
Like the Hitmons.
pre-evolution. Yeah, where like maybe
If
whether
it's
if
a
it's
female, it becomes if it's a female that's more well, no, with the male, if it's more offensive, it'll become Tauros. More defensive, it's Buffalant. And I don't know how they would separate the Buffalant and the Miltank, honestly, because they're both more on their defense than their offense.
maybe they give each a signature move. Maybe Miltank. Maybe if it knows Milk Drink and it's female at level 30 or something, it'll evolve into a Miltank. If it
But if it doesn't have Milk Drink, it becomes a Buffalant.
Yeah, and if it has, I don't know, fucking they make a new move and make it Tauros the signature move. If it has
Uh,
that move, and it's male at level 30, it'll evolve into a Tauros, and if it doesn't have that move, it'll evolve into a Buffalon.
didn't Buffalant used to have a signature move?
I think Head Smash or something like that.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, head charge. Yeah, in Generation 5, head charge was the signature move of Buffalant. If I remember correctly, in Japan it was known as Afro Smash or something like that.
What the fuck's going on? Stop! Just give me what I'm fucking looking for.
Yeah,
It keeps giving me error 503 back end fetch failed.
Yeah, I can't get onto Bulbapedia either.
So Cerebi it is.
But yeah, I think Buffalant's the only Pokemon that gets head charge.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, like
Also,
if it has,
Bouffalant has a higher attack than all the other stats.
yeah, I
Let's
think it's
just
still bulkier than Tauros though.
milk drink. So milk drink can be learned by the Go-Go line too. But
And Arbok, if I remember correctly, in older generations.
why would Arbok learn milk drink?
I don't know, but I think I remember seeing someone with a milk drink Arbok in a non-randomized playthrough before. Could have been. I could be mistaken. It might have been randomized, and it was just a while since I watched it.
Yeah, no, there's no the only Pokemon that ever learn it are Miltank and the Goat line, and in Gen 8, the only Pokemon that learns it is Miltank.
Yeah. All right. So, actually, hold on a second. Is Tauros actually? Oh, okay. No, Tauros and Buffalon have the exact same defense. Oh, Buffalon actually has a higher base attack than Tauros. All right, never mind. Thought Tauros had the higher base attack, but no, Buffalon has 110, Tauros has 100. Tauros
Yeah.
is faster, though.
Yeah, a lot faster. Well, twice as fast, actually.
Yeah, twice as fast. Exactly. So, yeah, I guess if it's male and it's got a higher speed stat, it becomes Tauros. I don't know.
And if it's female.
Oh, okay, there we go. Buffalon has a higher special defense than Tauros. That's what I was getting at.
And
Okay, so yeah,
if it's female, actually, Miltank has 100 base speed.
oh yeah, Miltank is fast. People forget how fast Miltank is.
I don't know.
Yeah, like it would be a lot easier if it was just Tauros and Miltank and Buffalon wasn't included. Then it'd be a lot easier to split the evolution because it's like, oh, if it's male, it'll become a Tauros. If it's female, it becomes a Miltank. But I'd hate for Buffalon to be left out.
Well, I honestly, the way to do it would be like have it learn head charge, have the pre-evolution learn head charge by level up, or as a move to remove, and then it's
and
like
milk drink is another option.
no, well, just head charge.
Oh
Well,
yeah, because if it has head charge and it's male or
if
female, it would still become Buffalon because it has head charge. Yeah.
and then if it doesn't have head charge, then you'd get Boros or
Miltank
Miltank,
or Miltank. Yeah, all right.
depending on gender.
Yeah.
Because then it's like, well, you know, I don't like Bouffalon, so I'm just gonna teach head charge to my to a random clip clop that I caught, so I get Bouffalon's Pokedex entry, and then that's it. You know,
Or maybe it'll be like Wormpole and it'll be based on its personality value.
moving on.
Which, you know what? With also people point out that they put huge emphasis on Shootle. They just zoomed in on it for a little bit. They didn't put that much emphasis on Shootle. They showed it using water gun.
Okay, so you see the nurse, you see the mart attendant. What the hell is that? It looks like a staff in a Zelda
I think that's
game.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's going to be the clothing shop.
Maybe.
Yeah, like I hadn't even thought about that being the different shops. I thought that was just like the fire, water, grass signs because of the colors. Or maybe the green's the special marts, like where you buy the special Pokeballs and all that.
It would make sense if you could only buy clothes in like certain towns, right? Because then each town, they could make each town have their own kind of style.
Yeah, yeah, okay. And we know there are going to be towns and cities. Actually saw someone say that there's only going to be two towns in this game because there are only two towns in Legends Arceus. It's like there's no precedent about that. That's where did you even get that?
There's more than two towns in Legends Arceus.
Yeah. I mean, then there's that as well. But like the fact that people were saying there's only going to be two cities in this entire game, it's like nothing in the trailer showed that there would only be two cities.
There's like,
I mean, granted, as far as I know, we've only seen one city in both trailers, but
no, there was, where is it? There's one that there's right here. There's
yeah,
houses here. And, I mean, this could be outside the school. It actually looks like
yeah,
it might be because of the towers.
yeah. I think
Oh,
that's
look
the
at
school
that!
in the background there.
Look at that! I didn't see that before.
Oh yeah, that's one of those freaking a den.
No, it's the Pokemon Center. It's like
Oh,
it's like a beacon to show you where it is.
oh, that'll be so useful in the open world. I get lost in video games all the time. It'll be nice to have something to show me the way before we get the ability to fly.
Also, okay, so I just want to. Okay, let's just watch this one part. Okay, because it looks to me right that you'll probably have like a maybe like a like, oh, press this button and then you could pick a gesture to do. And
Yeah, like in
this,
Animal Crossing.
yeah, like this girl, the girl sees her friend walking and she's waving at him. I actually just waved like people could see me. And then it's so as he's walking he stops and then he does that animation or whatever, but it looks like in real time, like you'll be able to actually like, I
Yeah,
don't know,
and like the way this is set up, I don't know if it's supposed to be regular trade or Wonder Trade. It looks like Wonder Trade to me.
here's the thing, right? I feel like this is how I interpret it, right? They meet up and they decide to trade Bagon for Larvitar. So Larvitar goes, Bagon's coming the other way. He receives his Bagon, and you don't see it, but the girl receives the Larvitar, and that's just the trade animation
Yeah,
for this game.
I mean
Because
it could be the basic trade animation, yes, but I don't know. I just like Wonder Trade.
also people pointed out that, oh dude,
Uh,
look, you see that's the fucking, you see the girl wearing a different hat. Of course you could, and different shoes.
yeah.
So of course you can pick and match.
No, I saw people being happy that it looks like Pokemon are just scale, and you know, I never realized Venonat was that tall outside the anime. I
How big is Venonat? Let's see.
think it's like 3'8".
It is 3'3". That's
I
a
was a lot
big.
closer than I thought I was going to be.
That's a big ass bug, and that's a tiny ass human.
Well, I mean, the human trainers are normally 4'11". You know, it's a little more in the background than Venonat in the foreground.
What's
So
that?
it's a good question. What is that?
Yeah, that's like a water spout. Are they bringing back fucking fishing spots?
That could be Whalmer or Wailord just shooting water up.
Oh no! You know what it looks like? Look, like it goes away.
Yeah, like I said, it could just be like Wailord or Whalmer like shooting water out its blowhole.
Or it could be a sun reflection, and they're thinking too much into it.
Maybe. Also, go back to the trade real quick. Yeah, this is fine. Just play it. So one thing that at at first I thought that he was holding something, but no, the Pokeball's just shooting out of his hand and then landing in his hand. Like it's not shooting from the Pokedex or anything. There's just like a light and it shoots into the sky.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. When I first watched it, I thought I had seen him holding something. I thought that was gonna be our first look at the Pokedex and that like it launched off the Pokedex, but no, it just launched it from the hand. That's a little disappointing. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not a huge fan of. No, that's not. Yeah, that's Colossal. Yeah, Carcoal is the middle form. I'm not really a huge fan of that line, but it looks really nice in these graphics.
So my thing is, right.
Oh, hold on. No, hold that thought. I just want to say I just noticed the one in like closer to the top of the screen. It's actually got a little bit of a light effect in the shadows. Like it's dim, but there's a little bit of light coming off of its coals, and I like that.
Yeah. But my thing is like there's gonna have to be a way for us to get on top of this, because then what's the point of having a Pokemon spawn here if you can't get to it?
Okay. With you mentioning that, like right above the trainer's head, it looks like there's a ledge there that you can climb up.
I don't know.
Like it looks like there's like that little small little section, then you would climb back up to the higher part from it.
Yeah, maybe. All right. You got Marini and Toxapex,
And
a box.
yeah, so Marini, no, Toxapex, we know from the Pokedex that they hunt Corsola to eat. So is that confirmation that Corsola's coming back?
I mean, Corsola was in Gen 8.
Yeah, but this time around it might not be Galarian Corsola, it might be regular Corsola.
Maybe.
So I'm just going to put a pin in it that a Corsola will be back. That's my prediction just because we see Marini.
But did you see the... Oops.
I like that Cryogonal's coming back. That's actually a Gen 5 Pokemon I really enjoy.
Look, you see that in between the two of the Marini and the Toxapex in the background? That's the shell. That's the shelter.
Oh.
Shelter.
I love shelters.
Cryogonal.
Yep.
Also, look at the guy running. It looks like he has his hands up in front of him, so maybe they'll be like,
to like fight against the weather.
Yeah. There's animations depending on the weather outside.
Yeah, that would be cool. Then speaking of the weather, so I know it's just going to be different biomes along the region, but I think it would be so cool if seasons could come back. We haven't seen seasons since Black and White, and I think it'd be cool to have seasons again, just so that they're, because people complain about there being such a limited Pokedex, but what if they brought in more Pokemon, but they then just made some season locked?
I think that would piss off people more than anything else, because seasons work by month.
Yeah.
So it would be like, well, you gotta wait an entire month before you can catch your Cubchoo. And it's like, well, I want to catch Cubchoo now, but winter just finished, so I have to wait 3 months now to catch Cubchoo. Like that would be.
Or change the clock on your Switch.
Yeah, but.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just would like seasons to come back because I thought that was a fun mechanic, and I feel like they could have done more with it besides just Deerling's forms changing.
Yeah.
And also, I liked in Black and White, like different seasons allowed you to traverse the different areas differently. Like there were some items you could only get once it was winter because then the area would fill up with snow and you'd be able to climb the snow to get to this item.
Yeah, I don't think that they should lock Pokemon behind seasons, but if seasons come back, sure.
Yeah. We got Gengar using what I assume to be Sludge Bomb.
Yeah, so maybe you're right about the fire type gym. But also, it just looks like a grass type gym to me. But that's clearly fire.
Yeah. All right. So this is something I wanted to point out. So in the left section there, that tower.
Mm-hmm.
So some people I've seen talk about it were like, oh, that's probably some sort of challenge area, like the battle tower or something. What if that's the Elite Four? Like you climb up the tower, that first ring is the first member, then you get into an elevator, go up to the second ring, and then the third ring.
I think that after the tournament style that they brought in, they did with the Sword and Shield, I think that's the way that they're going to go with. I don't see them going back to, especially with an open world where nothing is fucking driven by the story. I don't see why the Elite Four would be linear. I think
You know,
it'd be more
that's
like a tournament thing where the gym leaders and the Elite Four members, if there are any, because there weren't any in Galar, uh, are in the tournament, and your rivals in the tournament, and like just like how it was in Sword and Shield, and then the final battle is you against the champion.
yeah. I mean, the thing is though, like even with what I was saying, it could still work that way with each layer just being a different battle, and depending on what run it is, it's a different person in each layer.
Yeah, more likely, that's the ground type gym area
Or rock type.
or rock type.
Oh, and now we're getting to one of the fun parts of the trailer. Okay, first off, I love this cutscene. It's really cool, and I hope this canyon area is explorable.
Not actual game footage, you know.
Yeah, I mean, like, this isn't actual footage, but, like, I would love if that area was actually in the game. Alright, so there's the rocket boosters on the Legendary, there's the tire on the other one.
Yeah.
But I've seen so many people screen pause. Well, yeah, go back. Alright, yeah, play it real quick. And pause. So many people have cropped the Violet Legendary and be like, oh, this looks like a dick.
Yeah,
Yes,
it
we
is.
get it.
It's a penis.
It's not the first penis looking Pokemon. We get it. People, the joke was funny maybe once, but I've seen it so many times. We can stop now. Okay, but yeah, the whole primal versus futuristic look of the legendaries and the professors, like, I'm not. So my two theories are that the themes of the game are either going to be nature versus technology or progress versus traditionalism. Although, who knows? This is Pokemon. There could be some third theme in this game that has nothing to do with this, and that's just the aesthetic they're going for, but the theme is something like the power of friendship.
I've heard the rumor that these are like the ride Pokemon, and that's why one has boosters and the other one looks like it has a tire for a neck, for a chest.
Yeah.
Um, I could see that
And
happening. Honestly,
I,
I wouldn't mind if it is, as long as I could still catch the fucking thing.
okay, so yeah, if we can catch it, that's great, but my my one thing about it is that you know I kind of don't want them to be ride Pokemon like a motorcycle. Although people think that the Violet one might be more jet-like, and if you know the Scarlet one is for your fast travel on land, and then the Violet one is used for soaring, like the Lotties were in Oraz. I guess that wouldn't be too bad, but
Here's the thing, buddy. Is I think that they can both just fly. Because why else? Why
possibly.
would they give the fucking Scarlet one? Why would they give Kodimo, Hideo Kojima over there feathers if he can't fly? Like,
Because
plus it's a dragon. All
yeah,
like fucking every dragon in Pokemon flies somehow except for Druddigon, which has wings and can't fucking fly. You know.
yeah, like I guess I wouldn't be mad about these being like ride or travel Pokemon as long as they're not the only ride Pokemon.
What I honestly want is for you to like how Latios and Latias were in ORAS, right? Where you meet them at some point in the story, and then you I don't know, you save them from from like the evil team or whatever. Um,
Yeah.
and
And then you get an
or it's
item to
like
summon them.
yeah, and then you can summon them, and then they can act as a bike in like motorcycle mode. They can they can fly around as like a soaring feature where you like, or like how fucking Hisui and Braviary is. Um, if you want to go over water, they can both go over water. Stuff like that where they're the
Yeah.
ride Pokemon, but it's like it's not your Pokemon, but it's like the ride. You know what I mean.
And I will say, since story doesn't dictate the progression, it's not going to be in the story as, oh, you got to go head to the legendary now, which, uh, newer Pokemon fans will be like, oh, this is new. This is something that's never been done, except for the fact that's how it was in generations 1 and 2. We knew about the legendaries, but we didn't have to go and catch them.
Nope.
Which, I gotta say, I was so glad about that with Gold and Silver because even though they, Lugia and Hobo, they were box art legendaries, there was nothing making you have to go catch them, which I'm so glad about because I always get lost in the Whirl Island, so I would have never completed Silver as a kid.
The horror items.
But, Brass Tower, though, I learned the pattern to climb that. I can get up there no problems now. God, I love these. They're so beautiful.
Yeah, look at the fucking scales. And
Yeah,
then look, it has scales around its mouth, and then it transitions into fur.
yeah, I know, right? And, just like the gradient between the yellow and the violet for the lightning bolt on the violet Pokemon. Like, I love these guys. They're great. And okay, so rumors were there was going to be dragon fighting and dragon electric. The violet one, definitely dragon electric. The scarlet one, I can definitely see dragon fighting, but with the way the design is, I could see it having a different type as well. Like, I could see it being a dragon flying, which I wouldn't like that as much, but
Nah, I
it
think
could
it's
be.
gonna be dragon fighting,
Yeah.
but we'll see.
Now, we don't get them in every generation, but the thing that I'm most curious about is if we get fossil Pokemon in these games, what are the fossil Pokemon going to be like? Because with the whole, uh,
Hold on,
you know,
hold that thought,
yeah.
because there's a part of this trailer that makes no sense.
Oh, yeah, this end part right here. Yeah, just the Pokeball flying through like that crystalline background.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm baffled by that. I don't know what that's supposed to be.
me neither.
Unless that's some sort of hint towards the regional gimmick.
I don't know. People have said that, and maybe it is. Maybe it's not. I don't know.
Yeah. Uh Maybe that's a time space distortion.
Maybe, maybe.
Yeah, but as I was trying to say though, I would with the fossils, I think it'd be cool if you know I would hate for it to be this way, but what if the fossils are version exclusive and one gets revived in its natural state in Scarlet, but in Violet, when you revive the fossil, they upgrade it like how Genesect got upgraded?
Maybe. But yeah, look, see in her art here, she goes to the orange school, but in her art here, her art here, she goes to the chicken school. Also, no one's talking about this fucking thing on her arm.
Oh, what thing on her arm?
The fucking sleeve
Oh,
on her arm.
yeah.
Like that's more telling about maybe something about the gimmick of this generation than a fucking little emblem on on a glove.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. Uh, yeah, like looking at the thing on her arm, it does kind of look like the Mega Bangle from Oraz, just a different color.
I don't know. Maybe it's nothing. Maybe it's something. I guess time will tell.
Okay, but you know what? All right, go back to the characters real quick.
But Kitty.
Yes, Kitty. But there's just one thing I need to point out that with the female friend character. All right. Now, this isn't a thing for Game Freak. This is for anyone in the fashion industry. You see those things on her shorts? The pockets? Why can't we do that in real life? What?
They're called cargo shorts, you know? They are real.
No. I'm saying girls need their pockets too. I'm glad Game Freak understands that.
Moving on.
Yes. To the Pokemon.
Koraidon, Miraidon.
Yeah, honestly, like the
So
fact that their
people
names
are,
have the fact that their names have Rhydon, like ride on, in their names really goes to the theory that these are ride Pokemon.
yeah. Koraidon is a legendary Pokemon you can meet in Pokemon Scarlet, and Miraidon is a legendary Pokemon you can meet in Pokemon Violet. These two Pokemon are said to have powers that far surpass those of other Pokemon, but details about Koraidon and Miraidon are still shrouded in mystery. I don't know. I could see them being the ride Pokemon. I could see them not being the ride Pokemon. I could see them just being
Yeah.
legendary
Oh
Pokemon.
my god. Hold on. So with Koraidon, the Scarlet Legendary, I
Mm-hmm.
just realized it's freaking hair things or handlebars.
Mm-hmm.
He's a freaking dragon motorcycle.
Yeah. There's a card game on motorcycles.
Yeah.
All right, let's look at
I still
Palmy.
I still love the designs. All right. Palmy.
So you made a bold claim saying that Palmy has the best abilities out of
I said it.
these
I
three.
said in my opinion.
And no, Inu. No. Oh, it's not a beacon. It's a sign that with a look in
Oh
the
yeah,
back.
yeah, okay, it's just a big old, but that's still like something to spot in the distance though. Like the sign
Yeah.
didn't have to be that tall.
This thing is 1'8".
It is.
That's 20 inches. Aroma Veil, Gluttony.
Yeah, so Aroma Veil will be nice because it prevents people from using taunt against you, which means that, if this thing gets Sword Stance, nothing can stop you from using Sword Stance.
I'd see the thing getting Belly Drum.
I could see it getting Belly Drum. Uh, so because of the entry it has on the Pokemon website talking about how don't let the looks deceive you. It's not fat. That's all muscle. A lot of people think that's a hint that it's going to evolve into a normal fighting type.
I mean, I don't think it's gonna be pure fighting, but
Well, no, normal fighting. Like people think it's going to keep its normal
yeah,
typing, but also gain the fighting type. Which,
normal fighting, like a normal fighting type. Like chop.
normal fighting, like adding the fighting type does nothing but give it extra weaknesses because fighting and normal don't really complement each other. But yeah, I could see it happening. I kind of want this thing to stay pure normal. However, Smoliv, I don't get me wrong, grass normal, that's a nice type combination. We haven't seen that since Deerling, but I kind of hope that it trades the normal for something else.
Maybe.
Uh, Based on the little description it has about the bitter oil it has that it uses to slow things down, I have a feeling that Smoliv's hidden ability is going to be gooey.
Maybe. I think it's going to evolve into a grass poison type, which I'm not about because we already have too many of those.
There are so many grass poisons, but yeah, I have a bad feeling it's going to become a grass poison, but I'm hoping that it doesn't.
The
You know, Lechonk,
okay, so I'm just gonna point it out, right? Because okay, so this is the this generation's rodent.
yeah, it's the base normal type Pokemon, which
Yeah, because like you have Rattata, you have
Sentret,
you have Zigzagoon, you have Bidoof, you have Patrat, you have Bunnelby, you have Young Goose, and I guess also Alolan Rattata. And then the rodent part stops there because the next one is Wooloo, which is a sheep, not a rodent.
yep. But let's not forget though, Gen 5 also gave us Lillipup.
It doesn't count.
I mean, it was still an early route normal Pokemon.
Yeah, but it's a 3-stage.
You know what? Fair.
This thing's gonna evolve once into a bigger pig. And
Although, whether it's 1 stage or 2 stage shouldn't matter because the regional birds, they're not always 3 stage or 2 stage.
yeah, but they're all birds.
Yeah. But yeah, so I'm
Also,
glad that the regional.
there's only been one regional bird that's been a 2-stage. It's Swallow. All the other ones are 3-stage. And no, Fearow doesn't count.
Fearow does count.
Fearow doesn't count. Actually,
It
no.
counts.
There's been 2 because of Noctowl and Hoohoot.
And also, again, it's not the normal type regional bird, but we gotta remember our boy Wingle.
Doesn't count.
But yeah, so I've seen a lot of people memeing on this one, and the exact same thing that came to my mind first seeing it, and that is the Wind Waker pigs.
Yeah. Lechonk. Just the
Yeah,
name. I've seen people say that it's illegal to nickname Lechonk. Yeah, so it has to be Lechonk.
I mean, my first time playing through a Pokemon game, I never name anything just because I'm still trying to learn the new names of Pokemon, but
I can't help myself. I have to because of fucking Nuzlocke. I've done so many Nuzlocke that it's like if I don't nickname the Pokemon, it just feels off.
you know what? Fair. So I actually have a nickname idea for Sprigatito.
Mm-hmm.
And so at home I've got a cat, and I never call him by his real name. I just call him Little Doof, and I'm going to end up calling my Sprigatito that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so the starter Pokemon. Any theories on types for them?
Well, the latest
Like
rumor
I've heard rumors about
is
what types they're going to be.
Grass Dark, Grass Fighting, and Grass Ghost. But honestly, I don't care. Like
Yeah.
I'm not one of the people who was bitching about them having 3 firefighting types in
Firefighting.
a row. I don't care what the final starter types are, as long as and as we said before we started recording, Um, starters always have at least decent stats, or at least like good-ish stats, because they want you to they want you to use them competitively. They want because you create a bond with them as you're playing through the game. So
Yeah.
you know, I'm
But
not I'm not
I've
saying they have to be Incineroar good, but you
yeah,
know,
I've said this before on Twitter and with friends and all that. I just want to say in this video with Sprigatito, I know color doesn't mean anything with typings, but just something about the eyes, the shade of pink they went with, it makes me feel like it's going to be Grass Fairy or Grass Psychic. And honestly, Grass Psychic would be such a fun type combination. Yeah, it's 4 times weak to Bug, but it's a fun type combination. Like Executor's a fun Pokemon. I can't think of any other Grass Psychic Pokemon. I
Celebi.
can't. Oh yeah, Celebi. I always forget that Celebi's Grass Psychic because I never use Celebi. I love Celebi. I just never use it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like that would just be a nice typing for Sprigatito's evolution. Although to be fair, we haven't seen what this thing evolves into. I know a lot of people think Quaxley is going to be water fighting, which I would accept that because water fighting Pokemon, we've got Poliwrath and Keldeo. I feel like there's a third one. Is there a third water fighting type? But whether there is or not, Poliwrath, it's a fun Pokemon. Keldeo, it's a legendary. And I'd like to have that typing on another non-legendary Pokemon. And Fuecoco, honestly, I've got no idea what it would turn into. Uh, there's a lot of rumors about it being Fire Ghost because it's a ghost pepper. I'm down with it being anything. We know it's going to be a fire type, and that's all that we know.
Urshifu.
Right, Urshifu. Yeah, so water fighting, we got 3 of them. 2 of them are legendary Pokemon. I would not mind another water fighting that's just a basic Pokemon.
Basic bitch.
But yeah, Fuecoco, it can be whatever. I would like Fire Fairy just because it's a new typing, but I could not see Fuecoco turning into a fairy.
No, I'd like to see. Honestly, I'd want to see it like if they go with the grass fairy route for Sprigatito. I like to see Fuecoco become Fire Dragon, and I like to see Duck Boy become Water Steel, maybe have like a night design. 'Cause it does it
Yeah,
looks
I've
like
seen a lot of people saying it's probably going to be either a pirate or a Spanish conquistador.
meh. I'm not
Which either of
using
those
it.
could have the steel typing.
Yeah. I know that I'm gonna do as best as I can to get Sprigatito and Fuecoco on my team. And
I'm
if that means that uh, we have to take however long it takes for me to trade you Sprigatito so you can hold on to it for me while I restart the game and then pick Fuecoco, then that's what we're gonna fucking do.
I'm 100% picking Sprigatito. Uh, Quaxley is my second favorite of these, and Fuecoco is my third favorite. But I'm going to be honest with these starters right here, these 3. You didn't hear this from me, but honestly, it was so hard picking a favorite out of them. Like I love them all. It's just Sprigatito. It just speaks to me, and then Quaxley is just such a doof. I can't help but love him.
Well, Sprigatito speaks to everyone because it's a kitty.
I've actually seen a lot of people mention that Sprigatito is their least favorite. I'm just saying it's like how.
Blasphemy. That's how. Anyways, we've been going on for an hour and a half. It was fun chatting with you, buddy, about this trailer, about the games. They're coming in.
We got 5 months.
Yeah. They're coming
Well,
in
yeah, 5 months and a few weeks.
5.5 months. I can't wait to play these games, get my hands on these games.
All right. And by the time this gets uploaded, hopefully there will not be a trailer 3 out already. But if you're watching this and you made it to this point, let us know which version you're getting, what starter you're picking, and of the 3 Pokemon revealed in this trailer, which one do you want on your team? For me, it is Violet, Sprigatito, and Lechonk.
I mean, I'm buying both, but I'm gonna be playing Scarlet. And so far, I've got 2 Mons on my team, and it's gonna be Sprigatito and Fuecoco. I would want to use Lechonk, but I know that most likely what's gonna happen is Inu and I are probably gonna be recording these together or streaming these together, and I don't want to have the same exact team that he does. So I'm gonna stay off
like
using Lechonk because I know he's gonna want to use Lechonk, or
and
Ken's gonna want to use Lechonk, but
yeah, this is gonna like he said, we both want to use Sprigatito, which this is not the first time that's happened. Our first time throwing through a Sword and Shield, we both chose Score Bunny. That's fine. We both love Score Bunny.
yeah, and I remember how fucking easy it was going through the fucking Macrocosmos part.
Yeah.
Pyroball.
Pyroball. Also, if there is a gym for all types, let us know what 8 gyms you would challenge.
Yeah. Also let us know what you think the legendaries types are gonna be. Don't just say the generic I saw the rumor of Dragon Electric, Dragon Fighting. If you think it's gonna be something different, let us know in the comments. There's no judgment here. We're not gonna be like, you're fucking stupid. Like, you just, it's up to interpretation. That's why they haven't released the types yet. It's just like, well, whatever you think it is, it could be.
Koraidon is such a colorful Pokemon. It's going to be Dragon Fairy.
It's going to be Dragon. There's cops.
Yep.
My background.
All right. I think this is a good place to end it off.
Oh no, they know about my drugs. My what?
It's okay. Those are legal now.
I'm being called